Hey, how you doing? Justin here, back with Hannie again.
Hey!
We've just been working on a tune, and I know the girls are really hip with Ableton. I don't know anything about Ableton except that all of the cool kids use it, and I figured that it would be really cool for them to explain to me what's good about it, what's the point of Ableton as opposed to Logic or anything else. So, what's the lowdown on it first of all?
So much. Like, I think the good thing with Ableton is it's so versatile.
Okay.
Like, for us, mainly for live, like, there's nothing that can...
The loopy thing.
Loopy thing, but also just for, like, a live session.
Okay.
Especially for doing, like, pop or electronic music, you can do so much with Ableton. There's no other door that, like, compares, really.
Okay.
When it comes to live.
Yeah, and it's really, really quick and really creative. So you can literally start off with creating music in a heartbeat, and it's kind of versatile. Yeah, I think.
I've heard loads of sounds that you guys have got out of it. So all of that stuff comes with it. If somebody buys Ableton, there's loads of sounds built in, and drums and keyboards and all of those things are built in.
Yeah, and you can actually download a bunch of sounds from the Ableton website.
Yeah.
So they have a bunch of packs that you can just download for free. There's a bunch of packs that you also have to like separately pay for. But they have such a good like startup sound library and drum samples and all kinds of samples. So that's really cool.
Wicked.
And also any plugins that you have from using any other software.
Yeah.
Loaded straight.
Both AU and VST. All that
Everything.
stuff.
Everything works in there, yeah.
Wicked. So we've got a blank session and we're recording the screen.
Yeah.
So what's going on with the screen first of all? Where's some things that look familiar? Because none of that looks familiar to me at all. It's like
Okay.
I
there's
guess
no timeline and
you're
there's
probably more familiar with something
yes,
like
okay,
that.
now I feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically there's two different views in Ableton. This one is called Session View.
Yeah.
And this one is called Arrangement View.
Okay.
And this one I guess is more similar to Logic with producing, except that you have all your kind of like sidebar on the other side.
Yes, okay,
right?
it's on the wrong side, yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, so basically you have all your different tracks here, 2 MIDI tracks, 2 audio tracks. This is just the default when you start up a new session.
Yeah.
And exactly the same happens if you're in this view. Basically, by the way, the shortcut is the
Tab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly the same. You just need to like imagine it flipped.
Yes. Okay.
Right? So you have your 2 MIDI tracks and your 2 audio tracks, and they go downwards now.
Fine. Okay.
So it's exactly the same, but you can kind of use both different views for different things.
So when you're doing the loopy thing, you're probably using that other view so you can see it in a line.
Exactly.
I
And
think it does depend.
we actually use both different views for looping, which is, it depends what we're doing. If we're at home and we have everything up, so set up my Nord and the what's this called? The launch pad and the guitar and everything, we do it in the other view. So we kind of draw everything in, the automation where we want to loop what, and then just do it every time the same. If we then, however, out somewhere on the streets, then we go to this view, and this is like super creative. You can kind of just make it up on the spot.
It's easier to change things in real time in this view.
Yeah.
Okay. You need something to input instructions, sounds, whatever. So we've got here a launch pad and my 100-year-old remote
I love
keyboard
it.
thing.
It's vintage.
It's vintage now. So you need something like that though to get sounds in.
As
right?
with anything,
Yeah.
you need something to...
I mean, you don't necessarily. I know a bunch of people who just use the keyboard on the computer to put in notes. Same as Logic or Pro Tools. You can kind of use the computer keyboard, but it's obviously easier if you have
and
keys
probably
in front of
your keys are not going on the laptop are not going to last too long if you're playing drums on them.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I sometimes do this if I'm in a cafe or whatever, and I don't have like any controller with me. I just use the keyboard on a train or something. It works, but it's easier like
Not
this.
ideal. Okay, so how would we start? Where can we find sounds, and where do is that the right place to start? We need a sound.
Let's
if
do
we're
that.
gonna do a track.
100%. So on the left here, you can see there's a tab that says sounds, drums, instruments, audio effects, MIDI effects, max for low, that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't get into that. Plugins, clips, samples, etc. Then down here, you've got your packs, your user library, current projects, and then like this is just some things that I downloaded, and then you can make your own folders with whatever you want.
So that's where sounds and those things live. Adam, Can you pass my glasses up there? Sorry, YouTube. I don't know, but they're like
Tiny. Oh yeah, our font is really
it's
tiny.
Like tiny,
It is quite
tiny.
small.
You know how you can like change the font on like iPhone.
Oh, that's better. Okay, I can actually read it. It says sounds now.
Oh gosh. So
Yeah,
basically what
okay.
happens here, if you click on sounds, you have all your different
Yeah.
bass, brass effects, synth, lead
Yeah,
keys,
okay, the
blah
whole
blah
lot.
blah,
Yeah.
drums. You have a bunch of different drum kits, 707, 808, 909.
And then all the hits in there as well.
And are there sampled loops as well, like whole loops, or is it only
Nope.
the sounds that you have to program yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
In drums, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you go to instruments, you basically got your different sort of.
Plugins, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we do, we go on sounds. Usually we go on. Let's start with like some sort of pad, right? So if we go to our favorites up here, we have got, I don't know, some that we like. So let's drag this in.
You literally just
sorry.
click and drag, by the way. You
Click
find
and
something you
drag.
want.
Yeah.
This is MIDI, so we put it on a MIDI
Yeah.
track. And now
Okay.
we have a sound in there. Mm-hmm. What we can do now is, because I want to play it as a pad, I want to play it on the keyboard. So we assign it down here to this keyboard. It was the
Remote SL.
Right,
Yep.
so, yeah.
this one, right? Here. And then if you go all the way down, 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 you have this little button here, that's your record enable.
Uh-huh.
So you have to have this on in order to play it.
Uh-huh.
This is like
Even
your-
if you're not recording, you still have to have it
Yeah.
enabled to right. Okay.
Yeah, same with audio. So if Annie was going to play guitar, you would have to have this on to...
You have to arm the track.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Is the,
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
expression.
That's
Yeah,
it.
cool.
That's it. And then I've got...
Hey, and we've got a sound.
Yeah. And
Cool.
then you can fiddle around with the sound. So what you have here is basically everything that you can change in the sound. So you have your macro, so you can change the cutoff. Do you want to just change some
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
around, Annie? So here it already moves. You can add whatever you want to do to it, so I think it's quite nice like this. You can do a bunch
I'm just gonna drop your
yeah.
output a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, do it.
There we go. I've done it here. Sorry, just it was getting a bit peaky there. As soon as
Yeah.
you played
It's
with that
got hot.
resonant fill, it was going like whoa. It's gonna get
Yeah.
all crunchy. Yeah.
So it actually got a bunch of plugins on there as well. It's got a chorus on there.
Uh huh.
It's got a delay
Oh
on
wow.
there.
Okay.
It's got a reverb on there.
And you
There's a
can
bunch
adjust.
of stuff on there.
You can really edit
You
the sounds
can
then, big time.
delete, you can
Yeah.
add your own plugins, you can do literally
Yeah,
anything.
these are the ones that come already with the
Yeah.
sound, with the,
Yeah.
with the pad, basically. So I would say, should I just get like a chord progression?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. Do you wanna
So,
record it?
yeah, so you put the click on, there's still 2 dots here.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, let's change the BPM.
Yeah, what do you want, 105?
105. Something a bit chill.
Yep. And then you literally click the little dot here.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so that's recorded into this clip here.
Okay.
There's something really cool on Ableton, which is if you go to edit, then you go to record quantization.
Yeah.
We've not got it on, but you can have it. So if you are playing in live, you can put it on like 16th and it will automatically
I think you just put it
quantize.
to
Oh.
triplets though.
Oh, did I? Oops.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh no. Okay. Okay.
Thank God.
Okay.
But you
Yeah.
can. You can, and so like that's great for when you're looping
Absolutely.
because then it's just
Obviously, you don't want it like.
Well, that's the
perfect.
scariest thing is if it's like if you get your
little bit
loop
off.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, you can change it so it doesn't have to 100% quantize.
Yes,
Sit on
okay.
50%, whatever you want.
I think what you
Nice.
do is this, and yeah,
Yeah.
we've currently got it in like 74% or something.
Okay.
You can change this to anything.
Uh huh.
And that's so basically this clip here, which is
Mm-hmm.
called clip, is our 4-bar block loop. right?
Are they always 4 bars,
Nope.
or is it just 4
You
bars
can do what-
because you stopped it after 4
Exactly,
bars?
yeah. Or you can set it beforehand how long you want it. So if you click down here, you can see that's our little information
okay.
here. We have a loop that's starts in position like on 1, beat 1, and it's 4 bars
Yes.
long. But it could be 8, it could be 2, it could be 1, it could be anything.
Right. And each one of those slots can be a different
Yep.
loop
Yeah.
length?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are these the things that you can trigger on here?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I can start that here.
Ah,
can also stop at
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just started a new clip. But
Now it's making a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and so basically, if you click on a clip here, you have all the MIDI notes you played.
And
so
you can edit them and
you can
change
edit them.
them or
You
whatever,
can change the octave. You can change if you play the wrong note. You can change the velocity. All that sort of stuff here.
Is this the velocities down here? So it's a
Exactly.
bit like Pro Tools, putting
Yeah.
the velocities below instead of on the note. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Uh,
You can do all of this. There's a bunch more you can do. You can give it a different name. You can change the color of the clip. I think look, you can make it like.
well, that's the most important bit. Yeah.
Obviously, you can.
trying to get rid of my word of the day.
Yeah.
No.
Remind me
What was your word of today?
tomorrow.
Not sure. Oh, my mum sent me word of today earlier. Actually,
Interesting.
I've forgotten it. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is what you can do here.
Yeah.
And here you have, so basically that's this side
Yes.
of the below bar, and here you have the sound, right? So this
Yeah.
is basically that little bar below what you can do. And then I would say let's get some drums in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Choose any drum rack.
Yeah. Alright, it was on this last. You want this?
Anything right now is
Literally
fine.
click, drag, put it in.
Yeah.
And then, so if you're on all ins, it's absolutely fine. I can, sorry, it's not on record enable. So let's take this off, else we're going to hear that. This on. You can also play it,
Yeah.
right? So
Oh, you can both play it because
Yeah,
it will
yeah.
receive from any MIDI instrument.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
But you can also change it so it just gets
Specified,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you want to play at the same time, you can. It's not going to
Yeah,
play
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if we,
But let's maybe put it to the launch pad.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So launchpad, pitching.
Yeah.
Cool, and then we can actually start that from here. Where are we? So let's just start that
So
clip.
now it's playing that 4 bars. You've got to click on, obviously.
And then you can, whenever you want, just click record and it will kind of
Okay.
come in the bar later.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Cool.
Okay.
So that's recorded in. Now we
Is
can.
your start and stop points when you're doing a loop really important, or does it does it quantize the start and end of the?
Yeah, so you can decide where you want it. So you can have it. So if you're on anywhere in bar 3 and you hit it, it will come in the next bar.
Okay.
You can have it so you hit it and it comes in 2 bars later.
Oh, so you have to set that. You have to make that decision.
Yeah,
beforehand.
yeah.
You can have it so you hit it and that's immediately when it starts.
Yes.
But that's
okay.
obviously a bit.
Yeah.
Well, that would be
Unrealistic.
difficult. Yeah, okay.
You know?
Unless you're hitting
Little
it for
bit.
somebody else,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But
So-
still, it's kind of easier if you kind of get the Ableton time clock, because then you will just start on exactly the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that clip we just recorded. We can go in here. And so this, by the way, if you have one or not, like, is basically this screen here. So in session view, this, you can kind of see, so that's red because that channel is record enabled. And there's 2 clips there. Everything else is
Yes.
empty.
Okay.
So I can start it like this.
Or start the entire scene.
Yeah.
Oh, what did it do?
Yeah, like so.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you stop it. Just play the next scene.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there. So
When
it's
scene is that or the second line?
See, yeah. Horizontal.
this way along.
So this that's your first scene. Is that line going along there, and
Yeah.
this one's your second scene?
Exactly.
Yes, but this is actually the name of the track. So the
Oh yeah,
first one-
sorry. The top
Yeah,
one is
yeah,
the
yeah.
the one where you've put those. What did you call each one of those things?
Clip.
A clip.
Yeah.
So where those 2 clips are, that's 2 clips in the first scene,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the next line down,
nothing in
which
the
is
scene.
kind of highlighted right now because the people watching the camera
Yeah.
won't be able to see, but that one
yeah.
would be the second scene.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can make from one. You could make a whole scene
Yeah.
and switch between the whole thing, so
Yeah.
you could have
Yeah.
drums, bass, guitar, and something else on that
Exactly.
scene, and then flick it to the next one.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what we can do now actually is, so we already got a drum rack. By the way, I feel like we forgot to mention this. This here, if you click on it and go to this other view here, this is a drum rack. So
Yeah.
basically you could technically have a bunch of different ones. We've got 16 pads here now. Exactly the same here. So this is the same as here.
Okay.
And it's always kind of the same. You have the kick down here.
Yeah.
We've got like just a rim shot, snare, claps, and then you have like alternative, and then you've got like some hi-hat stuff.
But they're always the same no matter what drum kit sound you use? Or you set them up
They're
yourself?
normally kind of in the same order on the Ableton ones.
Yeah.
Because Ableton just wants to make it easy for you, but you can start with the completely blank drum.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like MIDI keyboards or whatever. You normally have the kick drum on the C
Exactly.
and the snare on the E or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of easy.
Yeah.
And then here you can obviously choose between like a bunch of different drum racks. Check this out. There's so many. And you can just like, you know, audition them and choose which ones you like.
If you dragged a different drum sound on top of that now, would it keep your thing that you've programmed in but change the sound, or would you have to reprogram again?
Nope, it would keep it in.
It would keep your MIDI part that you've done. Okay.
But we just basically put in the shell and we can change the sounds.
Yeah.
The same with my MIDI notes here. So we could just load a different pad or a Rhodes or a piano sound on top of this, and you would have the same notes but a different sound.
Can you alt drag these between so they copy onto different
Absolutely,
bits?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally.
If you wanted that angelic pad again on the second scene, you could just click and drag it and it would copy it over.
Yeah. So like that is super, super simple because you basically put it in and you put a pad in and then you're like, actually I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
Change the sound like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So what we can do now is we can duplicate this, like you just said, drag it down.
Yeah.
Here, start, let's go to session, start these two. Yeah, and then just get it.
So I need to click on that to make it record enabled?
I think we click on this, let's see.
You've got
or you can click on this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So it's there. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked.
So now if we go back to this one here, we can do this. Oh,
It's
1, 2, 3, 4.
Gotcha.
Okay, like this we can build it up now. So let's do the same thing again.
If
drag
the
this
loops are
down.
longer than 4,
Yeah.
then it'll just change at the end of 4. Like if the other loops are cycles of 4 and you've put one in that's 8,
Yeah.
is it gonna, and you change it like that? Is it going to change after 4 when all of the other loops change, or it'll play the whole 8 and then it'll move to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I think so at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we can do is, hang on, before we do this, let's start these two.
This.
Go back here. Oh, you need to count for something.
Let's see what's in.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, when it's red, it's recording. Before it was green, that means she's just playing it. If it's red, then it's recording. Okay?
And of course, because it's kind of quantized a bit, you don't have to freak out about it being
Exactly.
like,
Exactly.
And now if we want to go to a different part in the song and drop it down, we go kind of wait and go back to this one.
Where my
1,
accent
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I got you.
Got it?
Yeah.
So like this is super, super quickly.
So this is like a thing for DJs, right? If you're a DJ, if you're doing a
Yeah.
DJ, not that I've even been to Ibiza, but what I imagine a club's like in Ibiza is a dude with a laptop with this, probably playing whole tunes, but as well maybe supplementing it with beats and grooves where he can change all of that stuff.
A lot of people do use Ableton to DJ,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think many DJs are actually playing it live, and like we just did. They probably have these clips pre-done.
Yes.
And then just start
and they're
them.
just changing.
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
start
imagine this
order.
was all full with different bass lines and drums and
okay.
synth and breaks and
But
lead
there's still
lines.
some creative stuff there because you can read the audience as opposed to just playing a record.
Exactly.
They're able to watch how it's building and
Yeah.
then put a drop in a great place and that kind of thing, which you wouldn't be able to do
Yeah.
if you were just spinning whole albums.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then what you can do is, okay, hey, let's add a bass line. Okay, so we could actually go in sounds and find a bass. I think we have some bass here, fun bass. Okay, let's see what this is. I don't really know. We can just drag it onto an empty spot here and it creates automatically a
It'll
track.
appropriate an appropriate audio or MIDI track.
Exactly, because this is on MIDI, it creates MIDI tracks.
Yeah.
If you wanted to record guitar, we've got 2 audio tracks there already. Make this here again We're on part 1. Let's see what that bass line sounds like.
Tell me when you're ready. So also your click here, we've got a 1 bar count in. You can change that.
Yeah, but same as Logic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if you chuck it on record now, it'll give her 1 bar.
Yep.
Then the whole thing will start.
Yep. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Yeah. And if there's any errors, you just go in here.
Yeah, but you have to click on.
We have to stop it yet. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did you do it in this view? It's just very small. You can just
Tiny.
make it bigger, yeah.
Yes. Is there another?
There's a dark.
Whatever. Can't hear it.
And then, oh shit. So I just hit a
Alright,
wrong
okay.
bit, yeah. But yeah, you can see the idea, and you can literally build this up as much as
Yeah.
you want.
Okay. Is there an easier way to edit that MIDI?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this
What
was
do you
just
mean?
really
Oh, you just make it
tiny.
bigger.
You just make it bigger. How?
You just
That's actually
literally
something I
almost
don't
like,
really know, because sometimes it's bigger and sometimes it's smaller.
yeah.
I can fold maybe.
Weird.
You can fold.
No, it's not. I mean,
No,
you
click
can do folds, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
That folds just, I don't know if there's a version in Logic actually, just shows you the notes that are being played.
Okay.
Just the whole keyboard. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
literally what
right.
you're playing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I get this. This makes sense to me now that you can layer up all of these things and you can trigger them from that in any order. So
Yep.
you could construct a whole song, verses, choruses, drops,
Yeah.
whatever, and then play them back from that.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Like if you're a DJ
Yeah.
doing that in a set, that makes sense. When you guys play, aside from the fact that you're playing real guitar as well,
Yeah.
you're playing stuff as you go.
Yeah.
You're playing it in.
Yeah.
So you're not just hitting the buttons and, I assume you're not hitting the buttons and whining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're actually doing it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how are you able to, what's that all about? Because that's involving like
the looping
loopy
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That gets a little more complex. A lot more complex.
Can you give us like a
we can
brief...
give you a really, really brief
Yeah.
breakdown. Yeah, okay, so we do that in the other view.
Okay.
Arrangement view.
Yeah. Or some of the loops where we're like on the streets or whatever, you can see that it's taking us more time and we are doing it in this view.
Yes.
And that's when we are like actually doing it on the launch pad.
Right.
And that just takes practice of we're using this to do exactly what we've just done there. So you create these, you've already pre-programmed them to last 4 bars.
Yes.
Again, depends what software you're using. If you use the push, you can do it on there. You can do everything on that.
Right.
So you
The
have
push
to-
is the Ableton
Ableton
brand.
Push
kind
it.
of-
Basically,
Genius.
it almost looks like a bigger version of this. It has this like the screen on top, a
Yeah.
couple of knobs there,
Right.
and then like a whole sidebar where you can do.
Quite
it-
literally anything.
It basically you can do everything,
Everything
that you can do on a
the
screen. You can
Right.
actually do from this.
For example, you can record some guitar in, you can turn it into a sampler track if you just record one note, and then you can go to the note and you can play that one note in every different pitch, like just on this.
Wow.
It's literally endless.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's fun. It's really
yeah.
creative. But if you do, it's in this view, and you go
It's in my favourites, but yeah.
MIDI effects.
You just type in looper at the top there.
Yeah. Can you do it on this phone? So you get the looper.
Drag it in.
Okay, so now what you do is you
What's that?
it's down there.
Automation.
Yeah, you click on automation, which is this little thing here. Or I think you can click on A. No, you can't. You click on automation. Then you go onto the looper
Yeah.
and onto state.
Okay.
And now-
what are these like? What looper? So you select.
It's a looper, yeah. So
What's
basically,
state?
state is basically which state the looper is in. So we have a couple of different ones. Oh, I'm just trying to reach over here.
Sorry.
So
Is that better?
you have
Yeah.
So you have stop.
Yeah.
You have record.
Yeah.
You have play
Oh, I see.
and overdub.
I see.
These are the 4 different states of a loop machine, really,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So say, okay, we want to start. We give this whole thing a 1 bar count, like a 1 bar start thing.
So nothing going on.
Nothing going on. Then we want to start to record at the first bar. By the way, okay. We want to do it 1, 2, 3, 4 bars.
Yeah.
Record it, and then boom, just let it play. Say for 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, and
so can you then drop it out completely?
Stop it for 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, and start it again.
And
for
record
example.
over.
Or you can just play. Okay, but let's play it. Okay,
play
so that means that 1 bar count in. You start playing your guitar. You could put this on your guitar essentially.
Exactly.
And then you could play your groove, 4 bar groove, and then at that point it'll automatically stop recording. It'll just start playing back that 4 bar groove. Then for that 4 bars it'll do nothing, where you could do some fills or something like that, and then at that point it'll start playing that 4 bar groove and it'll loop essentially indefinitely at that point.
And then obviously if you then eventually want to say, okay, I want to stop it now, end of the song.
Yeah,
that's one option.
Oops, where is it? Cool. Finito.
Yeah.
And then
and that would be for, and you can do that on any instrument, on any sound,
exactly. So we could actually do a little thing here right now. I put the looper on the drums as well here.
Okay.
And click on the looper. It's usually at the bottom. And again, state.
Yeah.
Okay, say we start with
when it plays back.
With the pad, and then Annie wants to do the drums. Whilst I basically, mine is already playing, right?
Yeah.
Record. And then we can do overdub.
I was about to say, so she could just do hi-hats there, for example.
Exactly.
And then at this point, it'll still keep playing those hi-hats, but it'll now be looking for an overdub of doing the kick and snare or whatever.
Exactly. And then we go
just move
to
it down to play
and finish. So, shall we shall we see if this works?
Yeah, that's not the bar.
Oh, yeah. It's quite hard to see.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Oops. Oh, can you do this?
There we go.
Okay. So the only thing that we have to do now...
That's like, even with glasses, I'm like, really?
It's quite tiny, isn't it? So we have to turn the record enable on. Take this off. Turn this on. Yeah.
Oh, but you need to... they're going to be all channels, so they're going to be recording both things at once, right?
Yeah, but because we've set that to record from this, and that's
Okay. Of course.
Yeah.
I saw the all channels here, and I was a bit like,
that's,
but I can see
going
all
out
MIDI
of the-
channels.
Yeah, that's the output.
I got you.
Yeah.
So now you're going to do one live. So there's going to be 1 bar count in. You're going to be playing a keyboard pad for 4 bars, and then it'll start looping it. Then it'll disappear.
Yeah.
And then it'll come back again.
That's basically what's hopefully going to happen now.
You're going to have 4 bars with her playing keypad. You could improvise though, right? You can still play.
Yeah.
It's just not going to record it or do anything. Right, okay.
You can kind of like audition whatever you want to play. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
2, 3. Oh, sorry, it's going to give you 2 because we've got 1 bar count.
3, 4. There we go.
Oh, was it? Huh? Hannah? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not mine.
Yeah, no. I was like, was it? Oh, yeah, it was something.
Yeah.
And we haven't got record quantization on this.
Aha.
There you go, stopped.
Amazing.
And you can, so for example, the record quantize was a bit shit there. You've recorded it, you've played it, or you can just go back in and quantize it after.
It's so funny because it's actually loads simpler than I thought it was.
Oh, it's so easy.
I had in my mind the loopy thing. Now that I've seen this, is like, of course you'd do it like that. Why would you even think of doing it another way?
Yeah, and now think about it. If I use my Nord, then the Novation SL, then the Launchpad as a drum rack, and you use guitar, bass, maybe the acoustic guitar.
And you can switch these, the ones that are recording on with this, so you can have guitar going here with a clean sound, and then another guitar with a dirty sound. You can hit that to change the
you can also automate that in the track. The only
downside... you can automate which one's going to get recorded when.
Yeah, it's like endless. It's so good. The only downside with this is we had to decide beforehand, this is how we want it.
Yeah.
This is where I play what, this is where I'm dropping out, and that's how it is. I can't spontaneously change it. I could play over it.
You can't trigger those things on that, so you can't trigger when your loop would start and finish and repeat using buttons?
Not in this.
I think you probably could, but we don't have enough hands.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You probably find like a foot switch or something, I guess. But then you might as well use a pedal.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Something I was going to say on that.
That's really, I mean, I think that's amazing.
It's cool, right? And obviously this was like super basic right now. So we would we find like better sounds, we make it a bit longer, we put the full drops in there.
And you can do things like when, like, I don't know if anyone's seen the videos, but like when you twist knobs, you can assign
them to filters.
You can assign, so you can put like a low pass filter or anything, and you could put that on one channel, or you can put that on the master, and it will affect everything. You can assign the master output to a fader, so you can bring it in and out yourself if you want. If that's actually still playing, you can be like, now I want to stop it now, boom.
Or like do or something like that, you know?
Wow.
So that makes it really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really powerful tool, isn't it?
It's so fun.
I get it now. It makes sense. And you said it's got guitar-y, preampy stuff. So like when you're doing the loop on the street corner stuff, you're just using like software amps or whatever, and you just plug your guitar in using a, what was it called?
Tiny little Go Guitar interface.
Go Guitar interface.
From TC Helicon. Yeah.
Wow.
Like literally one output.
Yeah.
It's so handy, and it
doesn't
need
need
power.
USB.
Yeah. Yeah, so we don't need power. We can take the laptop, it has to be charged.
Yes.
It's currently on
28%.
20 going though.
No,
but we take this one, we take a MIDI keyboard, neither of them need power.
Yeah.
Actually, we take a little USB hub thing, put your Go Guitar thing in there, and that's it.
How are you monitoring it then? Because I know you said that like, you got it in it, but if the computer's only got one, are you sharing a pair of ears?
We're using splitter.
Yeah, right, or just out of a speaker, and then you so you can see everything's recorded.
Of course, and because
we take the audio,
and because the audio is coming from here, not from like a microphone, you could talk, and traffic noise isn't a problem, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And it depends. Really Sometimes we have to click out loud if we can't be bothered with setting it up. If we have it not out loud, then we can record the because we film everything with iPhone. We can take the iPhone recording, have a bit of the outside noise, and just mix it together. Yeah,
of course.
So sometimes it's quite fun if you hear the cars drive by or something, you know? The only thing I can say with this is, you see we recorded it and it only actually recorded my notes where I actually played them.
Yeah.
It played it back here. Yes. There, but if we then want to make the track, I basically have to cut this and just take the block, move it over.
But if you just play it, it's gonna still recognize this automation and play it back to you.
Yeah. So you kind of just have to like work around with this at the end.
Yeah. Okay. So like copying here for the hi-hats. Yeah. So I have to keep remembering that they can't see me pointing.
Oh yeah.
But if you're looking at the hi-hats. Yeah. Onto that, you'd have to copy and paste those on top of that. Exactly. Yeah. So you have to fiddle with it a little bit afterwards. But I want to show you something really cool, super quickly. Okay.
So we can delete all of this, right? We don't need it anymore. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Because what we do sometimes, and this we also don't really. Actually, we can leave this in. But what we sometimes do is when we play our acoustic shows, we basically sampled all of our songs into the launchpad. So I just want to quickly show you this because it's kind of cool. Just need to find a target acoustic kit. Okay, drop this onto a new one. Here we go. Put it on record enable. Take these ones off. Okay, let's swap these quickly around. So what we've done here is kind of cool. It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I've got.
See, back in the old days, we used to make stuff that lasts.
Good old thing. So what I've done here is I've taken an empty drum rack. So if you go on drums here, right at the top, you just see drum rack. Yeah. And it's empty. I'll show you quickly. Here. Yeah. So you have the different pads with the empty. Yeah. So what I've done is I've taken an empty one and put the samples from our songs that we play live into there, but I've kind of created them. So say here, I've got like a bass, a piano, I think that's probably it, bass and piano.
Yeah.
And played obviously the chord, which is I think that's a B major 7 or something like that. Here's a F sharp. And I sampled them all, put them onto a drum rack, and now we can play these little pads like a full-on track, and then you can play guitar to it. So, for example. You see? So, and it's like literally, it's got everything in there. I've got my different pads, I've got samples, I've got drums, percussion, and
Amazing.
yeah, so you can be so creative with it.
You've got the whole thing.
Yeah.
What I really love as well is that you're not being really prissy about it being, it's like moving around.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, I'll just do this thing, and you're not worrying
Throw it
about it
around.
all. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, get
Yeah.
creative, and it doesn't have to be all
Exactly, yeah. So
nerdy, yeah.
the thing is with Ableton, you can just do literally anything you can think of, you can probably do in Ableton. You just have to get your head around it a little bit and watch a couple of tutorials maybe.
Yeah.
How it works. But it's possible to do everything with this.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
I'm tempted to have a bit of fun with this.
Oh my
as well,
god,
just as a
you would
guitar,
have so
like,
much fun.
when I'm doing a workshop and stuff, instead of using a backing track,
Yeah, just make it.
having one of those and this, and being able to kind of control it.
Yeah.
If I'm
You would
really
make
getting
it
into it,
hard
figure a way of making
Many
it.
songs as you
Yeah.
want. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
My
so
lord.
quick. It's really
And
fun.
you can literally drag, like, and a lot of people do for their live shows. You've got one backing track, playback, drag the whole thing into that. That can be as long as you want. Doesn't have to be 4 bars. It can be 500 bars.
Yeah.
Literally, boom, done. Virtual playback going.
Yeah, and then you can play stuff on top. Because you're in the same sort of software.
Wow. The possibilities are endless, aren't they?
Yeah, literally.
It really, really is.
Yeah.
Can you do things like splicing up a loop in it as well?
Oh, absolutely.
If you look
Yeah.
at all of these in this drum rack, so every single one of these, most of them, that's one.
Oh, all of the ones that she just did for her song.
Yeah,
They're all
Look,
little cuts
I
of
mean,
songs.
that's the whole thing. Here, look, that's the
Yeah.
whole thing. You can see what
Yeah,
we're
yeah, yeah,
using
yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
for that
yeah,
one
yeah.
pad, is that tiny little bit of that
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
sample,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
for example.
Wow.
And we can take things, so some of these are actual stems from our original tracks that we just dragged in,
Yeah.
or others. Oh no, don't open this now because it's just gonna.
And
No.
all-
Oh yeah, true.
all of the automation stuff
Yeah.
that we're talking about with is everything automatable, like reverbs, delays, guitar
Yeah.
sounds,
Everything.
just like in Logic where you can use the automation tool to
Yeah.
change
Yeah.
the amount of gain or the amount of feedback on a delay.
Yeah.
All of that is automatable
Yeah.
on top of your loops.
Yeah. Yeah, so if we go back to this view, I just deleted that, haven't I?
Yeah, yeah.
But you can kind of see.
undo.
I mean, the looper is still there. If I click on, wait, it's probably easier on this one. Reverb. Yeah?
Yeah.
Device on, okay, but you can do.
There's all of the things that you can
All the
change.
things.
Yeah, okay.
And then just automate them however you want them. So it's kind of cool.
Or you, like as I said before, you can MIDI map. So if you click here,
Yeah.
turn whatever you want to turn. There you go. You can see that's just assigned it to that.
Yeah,
knob.
yeah,
You
okay.
go back here. If that's something you want to do in the middle of a song, you can turn it and it will do it.
Ah.
Oh yeah,
And
here.
and that's this. Even though this is ancient, it still
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
to be supporting
Yeah.
whatever MIDI standard it was.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can even do that in, if you go to session mixer, in here, for example, and we go volume. Can you see the volume changing in there?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you can change the volume. You can do that with the
Oh, that's
panning, the
ridiculous.
send.
So even though that doesn't have like knobs on it, it still
Yeah.
has
So
the
you can
same
put
functionality.
some delay on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's literally endless.
That's
yeah.
basically the sends are basically similar to the buses in Logic.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My mind's just a little bit blown. Yeah, it's just a massive tool, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's so much stuff that you could
Oh,
explore.
that's
Yeah.
a very kind of like on the surface.
Yeah.
Ableton.
Because there's this whole
Wow.
which we can show you another time if you want to. Because we use Ableton for our live set, so we are actually running our entire live show through this one program. So for example, I'm playing keys and I have all my sounds changing underneath me at the verse pre-chorus in the song, without me having to even like press a single button.
Of course.
That sort of stuff. So it's really, really cool.
I wonder if this is what, I don't know, Kylie uses on tour.
100%.
Yeah.
It's Ableton.
Everyone
uses
uses that.
Everyone's using Ableton
Yeah.
for all of that sort of stuff.
100%.
The MIDI program changes and all
Yeah,
of that.
everything, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Look, thank you so much. This is
Of course.
That was fun.
honestly learned a whole heap about this in however long this has taken. Probably not that long. Just checking actually everything's still working, isn't it, Adam? With this sort of thing, it seems like technical stuff, like trying to figure out how to record all of us has been as much of the hassle as doing this. But this is the second take now because Adam doesn't want to have to try and do a complicated edit. And now it all feels a little bit staged, but it doesn't matter. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Super fun.
If you guys want to see more of Hannie, you'll find them on Instagram under Hannie Plays.
Yeah.
Yep.
And on YouTube
Hannie
as
Plays.
Has Hannie Plays.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
I can see a theme there. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good. And you've got some new music coming out real soon too, which
Yeah.
is super exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'll mention it in my newsletters and stuff as well. If it's already out, I'll make sure there's a link in the description of this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more Ableton tutorials with these two, then
Ask
let us
us.
know in the comments, and we'll see if we can sort it out. Thanks so much for joining us.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.